Good morning. Good morning. I hope everybody is having a great start to their day. Hope you guys slept well. I know I did. Frankly, I'm very excited about what can come next from here. Obviously, we were talking about where ADA's movement might be, the breaking out of this big inverse head and shoulders. And I'm not surprised that we're seeing a little red this morning. Sometimes you need to take a little bit of a deep breath before you make your next push. There will always be red that comes along with the green. And right now, we've returned back to some comfortable ranges. And this is actually coming off of a new all-time high that I need to show you guys. We were discussing this taking place. We also need to discuss something that hit the highest level we have seen in 4 years. It's a pretty damn big deal. We'll discuss all that and more in this video. So if you guys are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button, that bell. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So of course, because ADA saw a little bit of rejection at that 93-cent level like we had been discussing, we did come back down. We touched 90 cents. Nothing really out of the ordinary there. Remember how we've talked about many times, ADA does not like to live in the middle of this range. We've seen many times where it's come down, touched 90 cents, gotten a nice bounce off of here, and that might be what we're prepping for. We'll obviously see what US money decides to do when it wakes up. And I want to show you guys a very distinct trend that we've been seeing here, specifically over the last week. If we take a look at these 12-hour candles, we can see that the overnight candle has typically been the dump leader. And this isn't, to rag on overseas money or anything like that, but just to show you guys, red day from overseas money, red day from overseas money, red day from overseas money. Even looking back here, red from overseas money last Thursday, red from overseas money last Wednesday. I mean, this isn't really a surprising trend because this is what we've been very consistently seeing. And it's just a question of, does US money decide to buy and flip it around and push it to the upside? A lot of the time, we've ended up higher on the US candle. So just something to pay attention to today. I saw some people getting reactionary, mostly on Twitter. I had a tweet that actually went really viral. It was about this inverse head and shoulders in terms of ADA. And I see some people laughing, oh, there's red. Well, yeah, of course there's going to be red. There's going to be profit taking. Look what we've done over the last few days. Now, we'll say BTC is showing a little bit of red here today too. A little bit, just a little bit above where yesterday's candles started. BTC dominance getting a little bit of a bounce here. And one of the reasons why we're seeing, again, a little bit of profit taking here is people may not have realized this, but we actually set a new all-time high in terms of the total three. That's a pretty darn big deal. And why it's not surprising seeing a little bit of cool down from this. What do? We set an all-time high last Saturday. Had a couple days of cool down before a rebound and the push, right? Sometimes you need to load up and get a little bit of oomph in your step here. And frankly, when we're looking at volume across the crypto market, volume kind of fizzled out as the day progressed. You guys can see that yesterday at about, here, I'll scroll down. At about 2 a.m. or so was about the peak of the volume here. Maybe a little bit further. No, that was about it. About $220 billion across the crypto space. And then we just kind of fizzled out as the day began. And, for example, ADA just kept hitting its head up on this, 93-cent range, 92, 93, bounce, just didn't really have enough steam to get through there, just like really everything else in the crypto market. So now this is your break, your breather, you have shorts fill in, you create a little bit of a short trap, and boom, you shoot this to the upside. It's not a surprising move. It's not the first time we've seen this take place. We look at open interest in terms of ADA. You guys can still see a 4% imbalance to the short side. Not surprising there. We were talking about shorts obviously filling in yesterday. This is actually not that bad of a liquidation levels, to be honest with you guys. We had 1.5 million in longs liquidated over the last 24 hours, which most of that came obviously in the overnight period. 579,000 in shorts liquidated. So there's a huge presence of short interest that still exists in the crypto market. It's still very close to price. So I would expect some volatility that does come off of this. Great sign that everybody needs to be aware of here. In terms of institutional money, they're back to buying. All right. On the BTC side, $163 million worth of BTC bought after unloading $51 million the day before. On the Ethereum side, after 2 days of unloading, back to buying $213 million. So this is the swing that we want to see. Actually, BlackRock did not do anything on either side of this, and they do not stay quiet for very long. So expect some engagement coming from them. So that's something to pay attention to. Another thing to note here as well, the S&P actually closed at another new all-time high of 66.3195. So you're seeing many of these markets taking big steps forward right now. And that can give us a little bit of a push into the weekend, but especially next week. It's possible we could see a couple quiet days before things get lively once again, but it may just happen all at once. I did want to show here too that we did actually get above a 75 for a brief moment over the last 2 days in terms of the alt season index. Right now we're sitting at a 73, so we're very close to this again. And just look at how close some of these assets are. All right. So again, we're about at a technical alt season, and maybe this week is just slowing down because it was so close to the weekend that we got the news, and it's possible that next week could be where everything takes off. But, I'm not holding my breath for the moment that everything runs. I'm just making sure I'm prepped and ready to go. And you know what's also doing that? Stables have been flowing to exchanges like crazy. And we talked about that $2 billion that entered exchanges just the other day in preparation for our FOMC meeting. So Coinbase reserves have surged to $112 billion in BTC and ETH, in BTC and ETH stablecoins. This is the highest it has been in the last 4 years. So this is the type of excitement the type of interest you're seeing from prior all-time highs, and we haven't even kicked this thing off yet. We have not even had retail adoption yet. So that's where this is all really exciting stuff, and it shows you that the wave is really just beginning now. Actually, the last time we saw surges this large, coincidentally, February into March of 2024, and look at this, November-ish, Q4 of 2024. All right, so we're doing the same thing now that we did at that point. That's why I'm not getting fooled by small little baby red days. Maybe we have a retracement a little bit further here in terms of ADA price. Maybe we come down to this 20-day moving average, which right now is down at about 88 cents or so. But again, we're still in a pretty good spot right now. Comfortable with where the market's at, but we'll obviously see how the day progresses. So I appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below. What do you think we're going to get as the day progresses? Do we see US money flip this around? Do we get another green candle on the 12-hour that envelops what we're seeing here? And can this push us into this next extension from this inverse head and shoulders we've been discussing? So have a great day. Show your love below. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.